Hello guys, welcome to GTV Presents Tech View, another episode. In this episode, I'll show you how you can implement iSCSI Sen storage with your VMware environment. So in my last video, I shows actually how you can implement vSen storage in your VMware environment. And this video is for iSCSI Sen storage, which is completely a separate storage device. So VMware support NAS storage, VMware support iSCSI Sen storage, VMware support EPSI Sen storage, also VMware support vSen. So out of all those storage, my last video I released how you can implement vSen. How you implement vSen, that means virtual SAN storage on your VMware environment. And this video dedicatedly for how you can implement iSCSI Sen storage. That means if you have a separate iSCSI Sen storage and how you can connect your storage with your VMware environment. So I'll show you step by step. All right, so this is my environment, VMware environment. This is my vCenter here. And so I'll describe a little bit first, which is like, don't look at this one now. We're gonna talk about this one later on. Okay, think about actually how the professional environment look like. For example, if your organization has a 2 cluster or 3 cluster, 4, 5 cluster, 10 cluster, doesn't matter. I just try to give you an example with this. So say host cluster A and host cluster B, and cluster A has 4 ESXi hosts, cluster B has 4 ESXi hosts. And now, what are you going to actually build your virtual machine? You see, each and every ESXi has 4 VM, right? It's just an example. So when you create a VM, virtual machine means virtual machine is going to be act as a physical, but this is not a actually physical. It's going to use physical resource from the ESXi host. So when you create a VM, so VM means virtual machine. On top of the virtual machine, you will be able to install any kind of operating system. It can be an appliance, it can be Linux, it can be Windows. It's up to you what kind of OS you're going to deploy on this VM. So think about each and every VM has a different kind of OS flavor. It doesn't matter. We are not concerning about what OS is there, but we just concerned right now when we're going to build a machine, virtual machine with any kind of OS, and if obviously we have a target to implement something on this VM, right? And based on the application support, we're going to install the OS. So it can be Windows, it can be Linux, it can be appliance, right? And on top of that, there will be an application. So when you install the OS, you need some storage. When you install your application, you need some storage. So you can have a multiple disk drive inside each VM, right? That's what everybody we know. But the thing is, from where we're going to take that storage? We're going to take it from the local machine. If you take it from local machine, for example, just give an example. This machine is created on this host, that's good. But when we select storage for this VM, if you select the storage from this ESXi host, and if you have a host failure, that this host is failed, you cannot move this machine from this machine to this machine. You have a cluster setup, but you cannot move it. You cannot move this machine from this host to this host or this host or this host. You cannot, because the cluster requirement is, if you want, you can create a cluster. It not means that all the cluster feature is enabled. Look like all of the host is under cluster. It not means that your cluster feature is available, all feature is available, or you satisfied of the all cluster requirement. So the cluster requirement is you have to have a shared storage. That means what? Why you need a shared storage? Because if you have a shared storage attached with your VMware environment, and when you create a VM, so for the VM storage, you can choose, instead of choosing the local storage, you can choose the storage from your share storage. So that means what? Your VMs is sitting here, but storage is coming from here, right? And same thing, this VM is sitting on the host number 2, but storage is coming from this location. Storage, and then this VM sitting on this ESXi host number 4, but the storage is coming from here, right? So look at all these VMs is sitting in different ESXi hosts, but all of them is the storage, the disk drive is sitting on the shared storage. Shared storage. So this is the model I shows here. This is a Dell Unity SAN storage. This is a Dell Unity SAN storage. You can have Dell Unity SAN storage, and you can have maybe HPT per system, or maybe you can have some other third-party storage system. That's not a factor. The factor is how you're going to connect. Different storage has a different way, method of connecting to your vCenter, right? So for iSCSI SAN, in this video specifically, I show you if you have a iSCSI SAN, how you can add it. But I don't have any iSCSI SAN Unity storage to show you as a demonstration. I don't have it because it's really expensive, like about 300,000 plus. 300,000 plus. So I don't have that much money to show you like as a demonstration. So for demonstration, I did alternative. I'll show you and I will explain it how you can do in your environment. But right now, I'm just trying to make you clear concept. So SAN storage all the time, say for example, you have this SAN storage is, say for example, 100 terabyte. So this 100 terabyte storage is available for each and every host, whatever the host is connected with this. So if you have I just show here only 2 clusters. If you have a multiple cluster, you can add all of them to this storage. All of them to this storage. But how? How you can do that? So there is a 2 side of configuration. One side is VMware side configuration, another is storage side configuration. But storage side configuration is I cannot show you because I don't have that Unity interface. So if you have a Unity interface, I can just give you an example what you can do. So I'm just gonna tell you 2 points. First thing is, whatever the storage enclosure you have, maybe you have 2 enclosure, with each enclosure can have, say for example, 25 hard drive. So each hard drive maybe 2.5 terabyte or maybe 3.58 terabyte or something like that. So think about including you have 100 terabyte storage. So this 100 terabyte storage is called your, you can say, it's a storage pool. So out of storage pool, you can create multiple LUNs. So what is the LUN? So out of this, you can say, okay, I'm gonna create a 100. Sorry, out of 100, I say 10 TB. I can assign for terabyte. I can assign for say infrastructure INF or something like that. And then another 10 terabyte I can do for maybe something else, say something for database, DV or something, whatever. And so what you are doing, you are inside of, this is your storage pool, right? This is your storage pool. So storage. This is a storage pool, right? And this is a total storage pool. And here, what are you doing? So this infrastructure, why you build it? You build it. So that's called a LUN. You created a LUN. So if the first LUN is 10 terabyte for infrastructure, and then second LUN he created LUN, logical unit number. So that's how you can create a multiple LUN in your storage interface. And then you can add vCenter here, and that's how, if you add vCenter, you're gonna get all the ESXi host, and then you can assign, say for example, you have 50 ESXi, right? 5 ESXi, you are assigning this one. So you add host 5, like what about the host you can add like this, and then add the maybe infrastructure LUN, and then another 5 ESXi host you're gonna add maybe DB database LUN, right? So this is the storage side configuration. So whenever you are done with the storage side configuration, then you have to do the host side configuration. So today's demonstration, I can show you 100% for the VMware side configuration, but I cannot show you the 100% of storage side because the storage interface, I don't have it. But alternatively, I'll make it happen through a virtual machine. How? So I have a software, it's called StarWind software. I'll share the link how you can download the StarWind in my description box. So you will have it and you can do the practice at your home lab. If you have a server, at least if you have a 1 ESXi host, and then create a virtual machine in your local storage and add 3 drive. One disk drive is for operating system, Windows operating system. See, this is the first drive I have created 800, and then another one is 200, another one is 100, and all 3 disk drive is in my local storage, which is maybe, just think about, maybe this one is one of the VM here, one of the VM here, maybe here, or maybe here. So just create a virtual machine, and when we have the operating system on top of that, we're going to install here a software which is called StarWind, and through the StarWind we're gonna create some LUN like this and assign 200 and 100 gigabyte. So we're gonna create 2 LUN, and let's see how we can do that. Let's get started. Okay. So right now I'll show you storage side configuration, and this storage side configuration is just for your home lab. You don't want to see this one in your real field. Real field is this one. But since we don't have the real storage, to get the exact flavor of the shared storage or iSCSI storage, that's why we are creating alternative shared iSCSI storage through StarWind software. And that's what I'm going to explain right now. So let's go. So I have created a virtual machine. I believe I don't need to show you how to create a virtual machine and how to install a virtual machine. I don't need, I believe. So everything is already installed. I installed the, first I created a virtual machine, but I didn't add the disk drive. That's what I will show you here. So hard disk. So this machine is created on host number 3. And on the host number 3, if you look at the host number 3, my host number 3, if you have a one host, just create on one host. But I have multiple, that's why I'm just showing you multiple. Okay. So look at here. This one has a, you see, EH host 03, local disk 02. So I have 2 disks here. One is this one, on this one. So I'm going to use this disk. Oh, sorry, I have actually 3. Host 3, the SAN. This is dedicated for the SAN. Actually, I have a huge amount of storage. So I don't want to utilize the all local storage. I'm just for an example to show you. Okay, let's have like add the more storage based on this diagram. So add 2 extra drive. Okay. So I just named it as a SAN. Actually, it's nothing. It's just a demonstration. It's alternative, right? So name it, we install Windows and do the common task and add the machine with the domain, and make sure you're going to add extra 2 drive. So first drive is 80 gigabyte. I already added here when I build a machine and I install the Windows OS, but now I'm adding more storage on it. So more storage means hard disk and hard disk. Okay. So this one, I'm gonna use 200 gigabyte, and from where, which I have 3 local storage, and not from here. So I can go for say store and go from here. You see host 3 DSSN, select this one and okay, and also 200. I'm taking 200 out of 2.18 terabyte. And what else I'm doing? So change the resource to thin provision. So this is one is done, and then another one, 100 gigabyte, expand it, and then do the same thing. Browse from this storage. Okay, this is local, all about local. So from the local storage, I'm taking 200 gigabyte, 100 gigabyte, 2 extra disk drive for my vSphere virtual machine, right? And thin provision. Okay. So I have added. Okay, let's go to the virtual machine. So I'm now logging to the virtual machine. So I added from the VMware side. Now I have to claim that disk, right? And also I have to install the StarWind software. So StarWind software is somewhere here. Just wait a little bit. So StarWind software you have to install, but I have already installed here. It's nothing, just simply click next, 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 and you can install it. The system is responding very slow. Not an issue. Okay. Let's see. So I don't have this software here. Do I have? Okay. StarWind software is already installed here. See? Also, I have a license, and actually I want to show you. So what I need to do, I need to just uninstall it and then reinstall it again. But I have to have a local copy on it. So is there anything here? No. And do I have it here somewhere? No. Okay. Just let's see if I have the software. So I'll show you from the scratch actually. I'll show you how to install it. This is the machine. So everything installed, and also I need to claim the disk, right? So for the claiming the disk I just added. So go to the storage disk, and then offline, you can say bring online. Yes. Right click, bring online. Yes. And then this one, new volume, next, next, yes. 200, I want 200, all the whole thing. And then volume label. Oh, hold a minute. Actually, I don't need two extra drive. One drive is fine. Inside one drive, I can add more. Actually, I'm sorry, you don't need two. One is enough. One is enough. If you have a like 300 or 400 gigabyte space, that's fine. Let's do it with 400. I just want to do one. So you can say data, right? Click next and create. So I'm so sorry, you don't need actually two of them. Just remove it. Think about just only one extra drive. 400. So now if you follow me here, you're gonna say, oh, why you let us create a two drive then? You can learn actually, if you have already created, then how you can delete it. So you can learn extra things. How? Let's show, I can show you right now. So I don't want this one. I'm going to make this one offline. I'll delete it. Take offline. So I just initialize only one, which is 200, but I will make this one as a 400. Let's see here. This one I'll make it as a 400. Now it's 200, right? It's already claimed. Go back to here, edit SAN storage, and let's delete this one. Delete it, and also increase this one to 400. Okay. See, this is how you can learn actually. If you want to delete one existing this, how you can do that. Also, how you can increase it. So I just increase to 400, right? It was 200. I increase it to 400, and also I had extra one. I deleted, right? Now you have to come back here, and then you can say, scan the storage. Yes. Now one will be removed, and this one will be in here. It shows unallocated 200. You see, on capacity is 400, but unallocated 200. So now select this one. You see here, and right click. You can say extend volume, and then just say 400. So you just learn it extra thing here. Okay. Now if you go here, File Explorer, and if you go to this computer, see here, this is 400, right? All right, that's all. That's all. So this is ready, and also I'm going to uninstall. Let's say control. I want to show you actually the whole thing from the scratch. So from here, I'm going to just uninstall the StarWind software. Right click, uninstall. Because I already installed it again. That's why I'm just uninstalling like that. Okay, because this one is connected, I can say this way I'm not able to. Okay, so exit. Yes. Okay, now it's uninstalling. Okay, and let's find out the all right. So I have the software here. So you can just I'll provide you the link through on the description box, so you can just download from there. So there will be total 2 files, like license and also the StarWind free one. So right click on it, say run as administrator, and it will take a little bit time. Just wait for that. Okay, click next, accept, next, next, and install it on the C drive. Doesn't matter. So this is just alternative of your any kind of SAN storage, like Unity SAN or like Dell other SAN storage, or maybe HP 3 system. So it's just an alternative of a SAN storage through the software on a Windows machine, right? So click next. Yes. Click next, click next, create desktop icon. Okay, that doesn't matter. Install. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, one thing is it's supposed to be ask me about the license key, but it's not asking me because I uninstalled. I have uninstalled the StarWind software. It was installed before here, but I didn't restart the machine. That's why maybe it's not looking me. But it's gonna look for the license. So then you're gonna look. You're gonna provide this license. So it's loading now. So what I have to do first, I have to create a LUN. So now this one is connected with UC 127.0.0.0.1c and also port number 3261. Actually, the SAN storage port number is 3260, not 61. But this is third-party software. That's why this is a different port anyway. But we don't want to connect like this. We have what I can do. I can say disconnect, and then I can say remove. Yes. Now I'm going to come back again here. Add a StarWind server. Click here and type the IP address. So which one is what is the machine IP? So this machine IP is this machine IP is 6, IP number 6, which is 190. So it depends on what kind of IP you have on your environment. So 192.168.1.6, I provided this one. Okay, so and click OK. You see now it's connected with this one. And now you can have you have to say connect. So that means it's connecting to the software. Okay, now when it's connected successfully, whenever it shows this machine name, it not means it's connected. You have to connect it. Right click and then connect. And then it's going to show you target and device. So first you have to create a device, then you have to create a target. So right click, add a device, virtual hard disk, click next, image file, click next, and then create a virtual new disk, click next, and say first one we're going to create with say 250 gigabyte out of 400, right? And compress, but in here click here like this and select the E drive. The E drive has total 400, right? Out of 400, think about E drive is a pool, storage pool, the one I explained here. Think about your total storage is 100 terabyte. That means it's a pool, storage pool. So in our case, our E drive you can think as is total storage 400 is a storage pool. Now we're going to create a LUN there. So double click on it, and then you can say infra LUN, INFRA underscore LUN 01 or something like that. Infra LUN, infrastructure LUN 01. Okay, and then click next. Oh, sorry, go back. Yes, actually by default is coming img. You're supposed to be putting img here. .img. .img is the format. Okay, format of this storage. Click next. Oh, it's gonna give me a hard time now. It says it already exists. Cancel it. Okay, let's say add next, image file next, create next, provide the different name. You see this one already take out 250 from there. I don't want it. Let's say just go back here, see is there anything created. Okay, one image file is created, right? I'm going to delete it. Yes. Okay, let's start it again. Add a device, virtual disk, click next, image next, create virtual disk next, and then you say 250 gigabyte, compress, and where are you going to put it? On the E drive from the pool, and name it, say LUN 01 dot img. Don't forget about this. Okay, click next, and asynchronous mode is fine. Click next and say no caching. Click next, and now target. So put some target name. You can say INF for infra LUN 01 or something like that, and then target. You see infra LUN 01, and allow multiple. Click next and next and finish. So now it's going to create a device also target both together. If you go to the target, it has a target, right? So now I'm going to create another one. Add virtual disk. Click next. Image file, next. Create virtual disk, next. And how much I have left on there? So out of 40, 250 is gone, then 150 left. So don't take the whole space, say another 100 gigabyte, okay? So this one is 100 gigabyte, and this one we're gonna create it for, select that, this one, we're gonna create it for, and say, you can say, this one for LUN02 dot img. Okay, compress, next, next, no caching, next, target, and sorry, provide the name here. Say this is dv LUN 01 02. Did I put 01 or 02? Anyway, sorry, target, allow, and then click next. Not valid. 01. Anyway, so why it's not valid? Let's look at it here. Let's delete this one. Okay. Recreate it again. Right click, add, next, image, next, create, next, browse. Before I do the browse, say 100, compress, and select it, E drive, say LUN02, yep, LUN02 dot img. Okay, next, next, no cache, next, and let's put the name here, LUN02, you can say dv hyphen LUN02, and target this, and click next, 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 and finish. Okay, so far I have 2 image file, and also I have 2 target. So the target is already created. Exactly, that's what you're gonna do on the storage side. So storage side configuration is done. Now we're gonna do the VMware side configuration. So the VMware side configuration is 100% is same. What I'm going to show you right now is 100% same. So for example, based on our this one, say I'm going to work on only this cluster. Okay, so I have 3 ESXi hosts here, right? So what the data store I have right now, I have a vCenter data store, I have a local, and second one I have a vCenter and local. I have a vCenter and local, right? But I don't have a iSCSI storage. Let's add it with all of them. So iSCSI requirement is you have to have a vMkernel configured for iSCSI dedicated port group for that. So that dedicated port group you can create as a standard switch, you can create on a standard switch, or you can create it on a distributed switch. So if you watch my distributed switch video, you'll be able to see actually how I create the vMkernel adapter. So I have already configured vMkernel adapter. If you select the host, go to the configuration, vMkernel adapter, you're gonna see here I have already the adapter here. vSen, you see here, vSen. Each and every host I have vSen. Sorry, not vSen, iSCSI. This is the iSCSI is here. Each and every host I have already created. So, and if you want in your environment on a nested ESXi host, or you, because you at your home maybe you don't gonna have that many hosts, but definitely if you follow my videos, you're gonna create a nested ESXi host, and then you can have a multiple ESXi host, and you can practice how you can add a SAN storage with multiple ESXi host. So I'm going to show you, since I have already SAN storage adapter created here, the vMkernel adapter through the distributed switch. Through the distributed switch, I have created already iSCSI SAN port group. Actually, vMkernel port group I have created, right? So if you want to learn actually how I did it, watch my video, like the vCenter video, which I released, like I think that was my last video. So I will show you here in a standard switch how you're going to create it. So on a standard switch, anywhere, if you want to create, just assign the storage, but make sure is standard port group or distributed port group, make sure your port group can only access only one NIC cap, because iSCSI never support multiple NIC. What does it mean? If you select this one, you see this port group is using 2 NIC cap. This port group is using 2 NIC card. But if I want to add another NIC card, so I have to say add a vMkernel, click next. So the same, this is the standard switch. You can say iSCSI or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then nothing you need to select here, click next, but you have to provide an IP address. And say just an example, 192.168.1.35 or something. I don't know, it's available or not, 255.255.255.0, and click next and finish. So I just added iSCSI adapter, right? And it's using 1 NIC card, that's fine. But if it is used 2 NIC card, say like for example, if it is like this, it's not gonna work out. If this is like this, it's not gonna work out, even though it's not support this standby. So you have to move it all the way down. If it is like this, standby is not gonna work. If it is like this, it's not gonna work. If it is like this, it's gonna show you it's total using 2 NIC cards. So you have to remove it. You have to click here, edit, and teaming failover. You have to just unused. Same as on the distributed switch. Actually, I'm not using this one. I'm going to delete this one. I just show you how if you want to create on the standard switch, how you're going to create it. That's what I just shows. And also on my distributed switch, the way I created, if you look at here I have to change it. I have to go to the network icon, and then I can see all the networks here. So this is my iSCSI, right? Right click on it, go to the edit, because this is already created. I'm just checking the teaming, failover teaming. You see here, I use just only one NIC, and rest of them I just say unused, because if you add anything standby or active, like 2 NIC card, then your iSCSI are not going to work through this channel. So that's what you have to keep in your mind. So I have already created for all is linking. If you can select each and every one, vMkernel is already created. So for vSAN, vMkernel port group, dedicated vMkernel port group is required, plus with only 1 NIC card. That's what you have to remember. Now, and also another requirement is each and every ESXi host on the storage adapter, you have to enable the storage adapter. All right, so the storage side is ready, and we just need to call them. We have to configure on the VMware side. So on the host, how you're gonna add, right? So as I said, you have to have a vMkernel adapter for each ESXi host, which we created through the distributed switch. So that's one requirement we satisfied. Now another one is each and every host, you have to enable the adapter, storage adapter. So select the host, go to the configuration, and under the storage, go to the storage adapter. And you see here, there is no iSCSI adapter enabled. So you can say add software adapter. And then add a iSCSI adapter, okay. Okay, it's created a IQN. Actually, basically, if you use Unity Sense storage, you have to enable this one first. And then VMware side, you have to configure first. And then it gonna pop up this identifier on the storage side automatically when you add those things, like say, first enable the adapter and then go to the network port binding, add, and then you see the vMkernel adapter we created through the distributed switch, just added, is compliant and okay. So it's just added here. Now select again the iSCSI adapter. There's a lot of other adapter. The iSCSI adapter, select again, and then go to the dynamic discovery, add, and you see here the port number 3260. This is the SAN storage port number. And where's the IP address or FQDN for my storage? So storage FQDN or storage IP. So right now, as a demonstration, we are considering this machine as our storage, right? So this machine IP is 192.168.1.6, or we can use the FQDN like this one .els.com. Whatever we want, we can do that here. So say the IP address 192.168.1.6. Okay. Select again. Now you're gonna see here, this is already added, and if you go to the static discovery, it's gonna show you all the LUN you have. So if you have a like 10 LUNs, it's gonna show you 10 LUNs here on the static discovery automatically. So I have so far created 2 LUN, infra LUN 01 and DV LUN 02. So both of them is showing here. And if you go to the device, so device is not showing anything, right? And you see, due to the recent configuration change, a rescan of this is recommended, right? So say rescan storage, okay. And also you can rescan the adapter also. And within short time, let's see, is it done or not? It's done already. So now what we can do, just select this one. And then you see here, before the rescan storage, it was empty. Now it shows. So now you can have a name. 250 is for, say, rename it. We know 250 is for, you can just name it, say, infra, say, infra. It doesn't matter. You can leave it whatever we have, but if you want, you can just rename it like this, just for your understanding. Okay, select it again. And now this one, you can say, okay, not this one, actually here. You see rename. And now you can say DV hyphen 102. Okay. So select it again. So we have renamed it, and then now you need to add it. You need to claim that disk. You need to claim. This one is just link up with your storage. Now you need to claim it as a data store. So now the data store is showing still nothing here. So what do you have to do? Right click the host, storage, new data store, VMFS, click next, and then name, we can say infra. You can have the same name, it doesn't matter, just to have the exact name, LUN01, and select this one, click next, next. And if you want to utilize everything, you can do whole thing. So we want 250 all storage, click next and finish. You see, it's showing here infra LUN01. Now, if you want to add the second one, how are you going to do that? The same way, storage, new data store, VMFS, click next. Data store name, you can say dv hyphen. It not means that you have to have this name. Whatever you want, you can put it. 02 and select the disk, click next, next, and finish. So within short time, it's going to show you two. So now this host has two storage. It's already added. And now go for the second host. What do you have to do? Go to the configuration tab first, because you have to make a link with your storage. And you have to enable the adapter to satisfy the requirement of adding a iSCSI send. So add a software adapter. Just click add software adapter and then okay, that's it. Nothing else. It's gonna add it within short time. Okay, is there. iSCSI, you see iSCSI, iSCSI. Select that one. Network port binding first, add. You see here, this is already we configure it ahead of time to our distributed switch. That means individually, each and every ESXi host, you need to have a separate vMkernel adapter. Not only that, if it is a vMkernel, that means you have to have a separate IP address for that. And also, the important thing is you can assign only one NIC card for that adapter. Okay. So if you are confused about that, please watch my distributed switch configuration video, then you will be clear. Now you need to add the SAN storage, right? So our SAN storage IP is this. Okay, this one next will be really pretty easy. Select it again. You see now static discovery is showing everything, but device manager is not showing anything because of rescan. Do the rescan. Okay. And rescan adapter. So now for the second host, you don't need to create like this, the way we created for the first host, like storage, new data. So you don't need to do that. So it's going to be show up automatically. Only one host you need to do that, and rest of the host will be automatically. You don't need to right click and just go storage, third host, right click storage. You don't need to do that. Just you need to enable the software adapter and then select the what is called like network port binding, the dynamic discovery, and scan. That's it. So if you go to the data store, you see both are here. I didn't create it for this one. It's automatically come here. Just one time you need to do that. Oh, yeah, both of them is showing here, yes. So now third one, what do you need to do? Configuration, add adapter. Okay, right? You have to wait a little bit. Okay, it's showing here. And then what you have to do? Go to the port binding, add, and the iSCSI adapter, SAN adapter, and then again select dynamic discovery, provide your storage IP address or FQDN. So we know this is our storage IP. Click OK. And then select again. Now it's going to show you everything. Device not showing. Just do a scan and OK. And rescan adapter. That's it. Okay, all right, it's done. If you go to data store, you're going to see. So now all of my three hosts has the same data store. So if I create any storage, it's pretty simple. I don't need to do anything. So now you have SAN storage attached with your 3 hosts, so you can easily create a machine anywhere, or you can say right click, new machine, and click next, just as a sample, whatever is, or you can say, yeah, whatever, next, next. Now you have storage, so you can choose where you want to do that, right? Click next, click next, click next. It's just as a sample. Storage, now you can say thin provision, and what is the storage is. If you go browse, you're going to see where you are doing, but by default it's selected because the previous screen you already selected the storage. Just it and click next and finish. I just want to show this is the VM I have created, and what is the data store for that one is infra LUN, right? And if you want to migrate the storage, right click on it. Right now this VM has located on infrastructure LUN 01, right? If you want to migrate it, you can say migrate, change the storage, click next, and you can select DV LUN, click next and finish. You see it's already done. Boom. You see now it's changed. DV LUN 02, right? And also the machine is running on host number 3. If you want to move the host number 3, and also so I'll show you host changing is just migrate, change the compute resource, click next. So right now it's in 3, we're gonna move it to 2, click next, but storage is in the same place and finish. You see it's changed, so it now is moved to host number 2, but still it's DB2, right? If you was to move, like migrate VMs from data store and also the host both together at the same time, that's called a storage vMotion and the host vMotion, right? Both together. So right click, migrate. In that time you should choose change both compute resource and storage. Select next, and this one nested ESXi. So okay, so right now the VM is in host number 2, but I'm going to move it to host number 1. At the same time, I'm going to change the storage from DB2 to infra. Next, and finish. See, within short time it's going to be changed. This one's changed, this one will be changed. See, it's changed. Now it's 01, right? It's 01 and also infra. So that's why it's pretty easy, and also you can utilize the whole VMware cluster feature if you have a SAN storage. That's why we need a SAN storage. Easy way you can move the machine, and also not only that, you have a high availability configured. And you see the HA is turned off. If you now turn on the HA, like easily, if something goes wrong of one of the hosts, automatically it will migrate. This VM will migrate to the other host. And yep, that's all for today for how you can add a SAN storage or share storage with your VMware environment. So if you like this video, please make some comments which will encourage me to make more video for you guys. And also, if you are new in my channel, I highly request you to subscribe my channel and also click a bell icon. So that's how you can get my next video release notification. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.